Okay, looking at another couple of watches today. These are a couple of my Roger Moore Homage watches. Anyone that knows me will know that I'm a bit of a Bond fan, particularly the Roger Moore era. Yeah, so my favourite watch from the Bond films would have been Live and Let Die, the Rolex Submariner in that. It had a kind of a magnet in it, which Bond uses to undo a lady's dress. Sheer magnetism, darling. And it also had the bezel on it would spin round, and he used it to cut through ropes to free himself and the lady at the end. Obviously, I can't make a watch do that, but what I've done here is kind of tried to do a little bit of a homage to it, a little bit of a nod. So we've got typical sort of Submariner style of that era, drilled lugs, which you don't really see these days, so it's nice to have that. And yeah, we've got the Mercedes hands, but I've managed to get some which haven't got the little Mercedes cross in it, so they're a little bit more sterile. If you remember when he activated the rotating bezel, all of the dots and the markers on the dial would light up red. I think that was actually done effectively with a date mechanism, so they would have been cut out, and then there would have been a date wheel underneath which would have been white or red, and it would have literally just flicked position round one. In fact, I've seen a watch that you can actually get that does that. It's amazing. Anyway, I wasn't going to try and copy that. I couldn't copy that, so I've just kept it all white, but I've got a little red dot on the second hand just to kind of pay homage to that. The other watch I've got here, so Roger Moore was an ambassador for UNICEF, and he had a couple of watches made by Project X Designs, and one of those was auctioned off to raise money for UNICEF, and it looked very similar to this one. So it would have been based on a Rolex Sea Dweller. They'd obviously PVD coated it. So yeah, I've kind of gone for that look. I've changed it ever so slightly. You know, it was never going to look like the original anyway, so got a second hand of a little tiny little bit of red on there, kind of again sort of fitting in with that theme of the red dial, the red from Live and Let Die. But yeah, otherwise it's very similar. Massive case, 43mm case, 22mm strap. It's a chunky watch, but very nice watch to wear.